me centered. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the 1 p.m. press conference for the LIV Golf Invitational Boston. We are joined by our final two new LIV signees today. We have Cam Smith and Marc Leishman, both playing for Punch GC. Well, first of all, welcome, guys. Thank you so much for being here. First question I have for you guys is, what does this mean for Australia? You guys have an all-Australia team. You're two of Australia's biggest stars in golf. Like, what does this mean for Australia?
You want to do this one? Or?
Go for it.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think it'll be exciting to bring another event down to Australia, showcasing, some of the world's best golf. At great golf courses down in Australia. Me personally, I can't wait to tee it up every week with one of my best mates, Marc. The team format, I think, is great. We're going to have heaps of fun out there, and I can't wait for this next chapter.
I think it's great for a lot of reasons. Obviously, Australian golf, to have some great players heading back there playing, and selfishly, it's cool for me. It's been 3 years since I've been home, and to be able to spend more time in my home country, see friends again, play on golf courses that I know, it's certainly exciting. So, it's just, like I say, it's a pretty cool day for us.
Awesome. Mike, over to you.
So, Cam, you're coming to a tournament in which 13 of the top 50 players in the world are here, and yet there are no ranking points available. Just wanted to get your thoughts on the whole ranking process and where you think we're headed with that. I think it's really a shame that we're not getting world ranking points out here. I think to have 48 of the best guys around the world playing and not to get world ranking points, I think is perhaps a little bit unfair. It's still super competitive out here. I think, I just really think it's a little bit unfair.
I think as a golf fan, personally, I think it's going to, it's early days. Hopefully things change. Not too far down the track, but as far as the majors and all that go, I think it's only, it could potentially hurt them having, some guys potentially miss out because they're not offering world ranking points here. So, as a golf fan, that's hard for the top tournaments. But like I say, hopefully it sorts itself out.
And I did want to ask you, Cam, about being captain. How are you going to keep Marc in line?
Yeah, I was just speaking about that this morning. I'm the captain of the team, and I'm the youngest. So it's I think the older boys will be putting me back into line, to be honest. I'm just super excited for it all. To have an Australian team, playing for mates and out there having fun with them, it's super exciting for me.
And we've got an Aussie right behind Mike, Evan.
Hey guys. Just first of all, when you were making the decision to come across to LIV Golf, how much did the majors factor into that, the uncertainty over those going forward? Cam, I know you're obviously the Open champion, so you may have more clarity than Marc does, but how much of the both of you had to think about that stuff?
Yeah, I think Cam's at a very different stage of his career than I am. Certainly factored that into the decision. I didn't come over here for one reason or another. There was many reasons why I decided to be a part of this tour. 3 young kids at home, obviously to see them more. Yes, the money was a factor. And just to spend more time at home. It was, home being Virginia Beach and also in Australia. So there was a lot of factors for me. The majors was one of them that maybe was a little bit of a down point, but like I said, hopefully things can sort itself out and I can get into those in the future. So there's so many positives about this.
Cam, do you feel a similar thing that while your certainty is locked up for the next 5 years, is it something you had to factor in maybe after that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think like Marc said, we're at different stages in our career. I probably have a little bit more time on my hands than Marc does. I hope that these world ranking points will sort themselves out before my exemption is up. I think to the fans of major championship golf, it may be a little bit unfair on them. I think, majors is about having the best guys in the best field on the best golf courses, and hopefully we can sort that out.
And just a team's question, if I can, how much different is professional golf going to be week in, week out for you guys now that you're not just playing for yourself? You have to think about other things, the team. It might give you a bit of motivation when maybe you're not near the top of the leaderboard. Could you both go through what you enjoy and maybe hope to improve about the team's aspect?
Yeah, well, I mean, Cam hasn't had to worry about this too much lately, but, when you get to Friday afternoon and you're missing the cut, there's not a whole lot to play for. There's always going to be something to play for with this team aspect of it. If you're having a bad day, but one of your other teammates is having a bad day as well, you're going to try your butt off to try and beat him, and might cut a shot or two off that team, which could be huge at the end of the week. So, yeah, the team aspects was also a big reason for me to come over here and be a part of it.
Up front.
Hi. There has been a fair bit, obviously, of criticism and backlash. How does that sit with you, Cam, first of all? How do you take that sort of criticism? How does it play into your preparation for, your debut LIV event?
I think there has been, a lot of stuff up in the air over the past month or so, but, for me personally, I'm here to play the best golf I can. Now I'm not only playing for myself, I'm playing for, 3 of my mates, the other team members. I'm just really excited to be here. This is a new kind of chapter in my life. I think this is the future of golf. I love how it is out here. It's a little bit more laid back on the range and music playing. I love that stuff. I play with music at home, and I just can't wait to be a part of this.
Would you say it was first and foremost, though, a business decision?
Not particularly. I think, yes, it was a business decision as well, but, like Mark said, there's so many positives to come out of this thing. For me, I haven't been back in Australia for 3 years as well. To spend more time at home, not miss it out on, friends and families, weddings, and, a couple of my friends have had kids over the last, 4 or 5 years that I still haven't met. So that's going to be a part of my life that I can't wait to get back.
Sure. And finally, you've both been confirmed you're back home playing towards the end of this year, is that right? Do you worry, or does it cross your mind there might be any sort of backlash to this decision when you do get back home?
I think with any big decision that you make in life, there's a potential to get criticism, and with that, I mean, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. There's no right or wrong opinion. It's their opinion, and that they have that opinion for their own reasons. And as much as they're entitled to that, we're entitled to make a decision that's in our best interest. So, you deal with that criticism the best you can and try and block it out, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, coming home, it's going to be exciting. I mean, I think overwhelmingly it's going to be pretty positive in Australia, and I'm definitely looking forward to the challenges that it'll bring, and we're going to enjoy it no matter what.
And your comments earlier, Cam, can we take that as confirmation that there will be an event back home? Pretty certain?
Yeah, we're working on it. I think it would be awesome for Australian golf. I think Australian golf needs another event. A few years back we lost the Aussie Masters, and to bring this new exciting format to Australia, I think will be, embraced, and I can't wait to get back down there for another few weeks.
Thank you. Tom Gorman, New England Golf and Pro Golf Weekly. Cam, two-part question. What is your status on the PGA Tour now? Did you resign, or are you considered off the circuit? And then number two is, since you won the British Open about 5 weeks ago, what's life been like off the course? Have you been receiving calls from other players and officials from the PGA Tour, such as Jay Monahan, about staying on board?
I'm still. I haven't resigned my membership as on the PGA Tour. I think, my life has definitely changed over the last, couple of months. After the British Open, I've had a few phone calls with players. I've sat down with Jay. We had a good conversation. it has been a little bit different, but this for me was the right decision. You know, I think this is the future of golf. I think it's been the same for a very, very long time, and it needs to be stirred up a little bit.
Hi, Cam, from a local Boston station. Are you expecting big crowds out here? And if you don't get the kind of crowds that you're used to seeing, will that be somewhat surreal to you to play in that atmosphere?
Yeah, I think we should see a pretty good, you know, showing out here. I think it'll be good out here. I think with the music, with the fans, it will be embraced, particularly with younger fans. I think, you know, I was just speaking to the kid that drove me back from the driving range before, and he loved the fact that there was, you know, music on the course, music on the range. He loved to see how relaxed the players were, how not so uptight, I guess it was. Yeah, I think it's going to be great.
As you know, Tiger's been critical of people who've jumped. The competition out here will be a little different. If you win, you haven't beaten Rory and JT and Scotty Scheffler. Did that weigh on your mind at all, making this move?
Perhaps a little bit, you know. But like I said, I think this is the future of golf. I think it needs to change, particularly as you know, our golf fans become younger. I think we need to do something to make it exciting for them. I think it was the right move for sure. I think you know, not having those top guys is a little bit of a shame, but hopefully I can see them, you know, 4 times a year and be able to compete against them and show them I still got it.
Country Club.
Blake Weber here from Country Club Adjacent. First off, gentlemen, welcome to the LIV Tour. Now this question's for Cam. A lot has been made of your hair, but I'm going to talk about your facial hair for a moment. When LIV does get official world golf ranking points, and you do eventually hit world #1, do you think your body will finally allow you to grow a full beard?
I don't know, perhaps. I think, you know, the beauty about the mustache is when I shave it, it only takes like 8 or 9 months to grow back. So, yeah, I think, I don't know, mate. I haven't been asked that one before.
Mark Small is here, Country Club Adjacent. This is for Mark. Mark, a lot of golfers' success depends kind of like on their marketability in this world. You know, Ian's got the pants, Cam's got the hair, Phil's got the coffee. Do you have any secret abilities or quirks that us media guys can run with about you?
Well, one of the abilities that I have is to grow grass, and a bit of the stuff I do put on the grass might help Cam with his mow. A bit of fertiliser might.
I like that.
Might thicken it up a bit. But,
yeah.
No, I mean, most people know about my grass obsession, and
I also have a grass obsession.
And
it's a different type of grass. They don't grow it out here.
And I think part of the reason I have that grass obsession is so I can actually earn a beer at the end of the day. So grass and beer are two pretty
Yes.
things that are close to my heart.
You're now my favorite golfer. Thank you, Mark.
Joy.
Sorry, one more question. Grip Pippen with Country Club Adjacent. Big fan, Cam and Mark. This question is for Cam. With your haircut and your new bank account, will you try to buy Florida?
No. I think the haircut definitely fits in well down there though, for sure.
Will you and Greg attempt to buy Australia then?
I'm not. I think the Australians are coming around to it. I know it's big in footy back home. A lot of the rugby league boys and the AFL boys love a good mullet, and I'm just trying to keep up with them, to be honest.
Now, Joy.
It was also funny, I've forgotten my question, but Mark, I wanted to ask you, I mean, you have gone through a very tough time when you almost quit golf. Was this decision anyway near as tough as the moments you've had to go through, or after that it has been so easy that you can just do anything now?
Yeah, well, I think it was certainly a different decision. I mean, I wasn't making the decisions when Audrey got sick. You know, having to trust doctors, having to trust other people, and I certainly trusted a lot of people's opinions on this decision. But at the end of the day, yes, it was a difficult decision, but one that I'm really comfortable with and excited about. I mean, this is already, I only flew in yesterday, and I mean, the camaraderie and it feels like a team room, but it was the restaurant at the hotel we're staying at. I mean, everyone's talking to everyone. It's just really, really enjoyable and something that I hadn't experienced for a fair while. So, yeah, it was a tough decision, but, you know, I obviously would rather not go through what I went through with my wife again.
Cam?
Front office?
Sorry.
Go ahead, Dwight.
Cam, when you started, you played a few events on the Asian Tour in the start of your career before you moved on. One of the things that you can still do if you can't play on the PGA Tour and the other tour is play on the Asian Tour during the year. Is that something that you want to consider? And secondly, can you talk a bit about those days, those year or so that you were on the Asian Tour? Did you enjoy it?
I think if, you know, during our season now, if it works in the schedule, for sure, it's something I would think about. I think, you know, I think back to the days of the Asian Tour. I had such a great time. I was only probably 19, 20 years old, traveling around Asia and most of the world, playing the sport that we love. Just so many good times, so many good people, and it's something that I've missed, I think, traveling and playing golf. You know, as you know, on tour we don't get to spend much time outside of the United States. For me, that's another exciting thing, you know, playing the best courses around the world and bringing golf to new places is something that I think I'm really going to love.
Front office sports.
Hey guys, Doug Greenberg, Front Office Sports. So Cam, you talked a lot about playing to this kind of younger demographic, and this is for both of you guys, by the way, not just for Cam. You know, playing to a younger demographic, you know, the music, all that kind of stuff. In the last few weeks, I would guess in a response to LIV, the PGA Tour has kind of announced a lot of its own initiatives towards playing towards a younger demographic. You know, the TGL virtual golf event, whatever. So I guess just what I want to know is what are your guys' thoughts on that, and how do you think the LIV's offering is going to compare with that when it eventually gets going?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know enough about all that stuff to make a real educated comment on it, but I think competition is good for everything. You know, you want to play against the best golfers in tournaments, and you know, competition's a good thing. And I think, as far as the LIV Tour and the PGA Tour goes, I've got nothing bad to say about the PGA Tour. I think what they're doing is great. I made a decision for my best interest, but I think the competition that LIV's providing is going to be really good for everything. I'm really looking forward to watching this tour grow into something really special, which I think it will, and you know, provide competition for years. It's not like you know, this tour wants to take over or anything like that. They can both exist. So I think it's going to be good for the game, good for bring people to watch golf that may not otherwise watch it. So yeah.
I mean, you took the words out of my mouth, really, but yeah, I'm a bit the same. I really don't know enough about what the PGA Tour is doing to, you know, comment on that, but you know, I'm really comfortable with this decision to be out here. I think this is the new thing. I'm excited about it, and you know, it's going to be awesome. I can't wait for this to grow.
Alex?
Yeah, a couple things. Cam, since we always brought up the LIV thing and you were unwilling to discuss it before, since you're now here, can you tell us when you first started talking to LIV?
I really don't know. Probably a couple months, to be honest.
Is it before the Open Championship?
Yep.
Okay. And was the offer that you first received, is that the offer that you accepted, or did you end up negotiating a different deal?
I think the offer that I first received is one that I didn't really see. I think it was the team around me that, kept the negotiations going and ultimately came to an agreement.
Okay. And then lastly, since you said you talked with Jay, and I think, Mark, you can maybe speak to this as well, the tour is trying to do different things, which you've just talked about. Was there anything in your mind that the tour could have done that might have kept you as a PGA Tour member?
Not particularly, mate, to be honest. I think for me the biggest attraction was spending more time at home, getting that part of my life back. It's something that I've really missed. I think obviously the pandemic that we've had over the last couple of years didn't really help out, but for me to be able to go home, see my family, and play golf there more often, that was a really big up for me.
I think, having a young family at home, I really wanted to play less, and I think I think it's hard to compete for the FedEx Cup if you play less. You have to be playing to do that. This was a great opportunity for me to play less golf but still be competitive. And on top of that, I mean, it's a really big business opportunity. Not only the golf, but the stuff outside of golf, like Cam spoke about with the tournament that's looking like being in Australia next year. Wherever it is, I'm not sure. Cam and Liv know more about that, but I think it's this team aspect of it. The franchises could become pretty lucrative, and I think that was very exciting. Something that could be after golf. Like, I don't know how many years I can play golf for, but after that, it's something I would love to continue to be a part of and continue to, be able to travel doing something I love, but potentially not with golf clubs, with something else.
Claire?
Hi, Claire Rogers, golf.com. Harold Varner was in here earlier, and I asked him about yesterday, and he said it was kind of a hard day for him after it went public that he had joined LIV. What have the last 24 hours been like for you guys?
For me, I flew up yesterday morning. I think the announcement was made in the morning. It was a pretty cruisy day, to be honest. I come out here, hit some balls. Myself, I don't spend a lot of time on social media, if any. And, had a nice dinner with Dad and a friend and went to sleep. It was much the same.
I mean, I think it's easier to make a transition when you're excited about something, whether it's from, one golf club company to another one or from one tour to another. If you're excited about it, I feel like it's a fairly easy transition. And with the people I've met so far that are involved with LIV, it's been really good. Like I spoke about last night at the hotel, just the camaraderie is amazing, and certainly made me feel very comfortable about my decision and excited about the future.
We have time for a couple more.
Sort of off the back of that, I guess, I just wanted to ask, you're both so excited to go home to Australia. Who did you call first, and have you told friends and family? What's their reaction been since you're saying you will be able to spend more time back home?
I called my mum first. I haven't been able to see her very often. She was just pumped that I could come home, to be honest. Spending a longer period of time at home, being able to have Christmas at home, it's going to be awesome. And, my friends and family have been right behind the decision. They love it. They think it's exciting as well. And, apart from the golf bit, just having me back home, I think they were pretty pumped about it.
Yeah, I mean, the reaction for me has been, obviously telling all my friends and family has been fun and just overwhelmingly positive. Everyone's maybe not as excited as we are about it, but they're very, very excited about it. And this is a cool thing. Yes, it's different, but this is like a life change. It's not a career change, but a different path. And I feel like I've said exciting about 100 times, but this is I'm really excited about it.
I got time for 2 more.
I wanted to ask both of you, what does Greg Norman mean to you while growing up and now in this period in the last few months? What has he meant to you guys?
I mean, he was my idol growing up. We used to go down to the Australian Masters and watch him with my parents. They're some of my best childhood memories, watching him. I remember I got a couple of golf balls off him a couple of years running, and a phone call from him about this made a huge, huge difference. And yeah, it's amazing to be a part of something that he's, I guess it's been in the pipeline for him for 20 or 30 years, maybe longer. So for it to come to fruition is pretty cool, and to be a part of it is great.
Yeah, I mean, I played in the Greg Norman Jr. Foundation basically my whole life until I turned 18. He's been a big part of Australian golf. I think he will be forever a part of Australian golf, and we spoke a few times about this, and I mean he's the idol. He's someone that I'd always listen to and always have open ears for, and I can't wait to help him out in this next chapter of everyone's life.
You guys are obviously both excited about the team concept. The first event was won by the South Africans, the next two by DJ and the Americans. I'm just curious how important it is to have that common Aussie bond, and how will it manifest itself on the leaderboard?
Yeah, we saw that DJ and the team there have won the last couple of events. It's certainly something that we want to put a stop to. I think we've got a really solid team this week. For me, I'm playing some of the best golf of my life at the moment. I know for the other boys this is a pretty exciting time, and hopefully we can get all behind each other's backs and get a win for Australia, and keep continuing to do that.
Last one.
Cam, Chubba Watson, Group Chat Golf. You've won the Open, you played on the PGA Tour for years, you're now here at LIV. Can you speak to the differences in your approach, if any, to the pre-round hair care routine?
For me, I thought you were going to ask a serious question there. But for me, I think it's always remained pretty much the same. I get out of bed, brush it a few times, and this is what it is.
Any product you're using in there?
No product. Salt water is my favourite product. I love getting out in the salt water and letting it kind of flourish.
Thank you.
All right, I think Alex had one more, and then we got to cut it off.
One last for you guys. Obviously, the President's Cup's coming up in a couple of weeks. Did that in any way, shape, or form come into your mindset when deciding if to turn now or to wait after the President's Cup?
Absolutely. I've spoken to Trevor. I know Mark has as well. We're still willing to compete in that. I hope we can. I hope Trevor's become a really good friend of mine over the last couple of years. Him being on the broadcast team out there, but I hope we can get to Charlotte and represent Trevor in the internationals.
It's certainly disappointing on a few different levels. It's the team missing out on Cam and Jaco is, well, among others, it's going to hurt the product. And I don't know if it's a true international team. I guess you have to be in good standing with the PGA Tour to be a member of that team, and that's their rules, and we abide by them. But I don't know if that's the best thing for the President's Cup going forward. To be in good standing. I think if it was a true international team, you could be playing on any tour.
Okay, Great. Thank you guys so much. Welcome to LIV, guys.
Thank you.
Standing. No worries. Yeah.